You don't have to ask yourself it'll work or not. It will work. It will work. And at the end of it, you'll come out probably asking wishing you'd done it sooner, because you learn things and everything just looks so obvious to you. It's like, why didn't I see that? Why didn't I understand that? It's so clear to me now.
My psychologist told me that you don't need
situations don't worry me.
So zero panic attacks. Brilliant.
I'm able to do more. Phenomenal change in a very short period of time.
I can't just describe in words how good it has been.
Oh, there's a huge difference.
I'm happy I'm feeling it.
I think I just sort of wanted to get to the root cause of the problems in my life that were making me upset, sort of figure out what is making me feel sad. And then because it's an external factor, how can I learn to cope with it? Or if it's an internal factor, how can I change it? I think it was just sort of being really sad all the time, not having any motivation. I think I was with my dad, I think there was that sense of a family issue. Him being an external factor, I couldn't control how he behaves, and then not knowing how to deal with it, process his react, and then internalizing that. So I suppose childhood trauma and current trauma, I guess.
Right.
And then just sort of internalizing problems, and then making myself think that I'm a bad person, it's my fault for everything, when that's not always the case, and learning how to break that thought pattern. Probably a 2, 3.
2, 3. Got you.
Probably 3.
Got you. And were you battling panic attacks at that time?
Yeah. When I would, it would be very bad. Probably a 7 or an 8.
Okay. So sorry, what I get is very intense panic, not feeling very good, right? Yes. Okay.
I think probably a 7 or an 8.
So you're feeling at that level. Your feeling has improved so much that today you are at 7 or 8. Very nice. And what is the level of sadness? So if you are feeling sad and that was feeling 2 or 3, how good are you feeling today in terms of happiness?
Today I'm probably feeling an 8, but I think on average it's usually a 6 or a 7, which is I think still a big improvement considering everything.
Brilliant. And have you had many panic attacks after we have understood how to handle that?
No, not a single one.
So 0 panic attacks. Brilliant. You are amazing.
I think it's probably the things that you taught me. I'm sort of learning not to, I think you said, it was just sort of that sense of empowerment, and giving myself the power to understand, the strength to understand that, it's not your fault. If others behave poorly, it's not your fault if you were treated poorly. It's not necessarily your fault if things don't go right. Sometimes, things are just like that. And then you can deal with it. You still have the strength and the power to be happy. You just have to learn how to use it, and not sort of give it away to other people who then use it to make you sad. You don't have to ask yourself it'll work or not. It will work. It will work. And at the end of it, you'll come out probably asking wishing you'd done it sooner, because you learn things and everything just looks so obvious to you. It's why didn't I see that? why didn't I, like, you know, understand that? It's so clear to me now. Everything just becomes like so much more clearer. Everything makes sense all of a sudden, and you feel so much lighter because you have this, you know, new perspective and new understanding on everything. You know, if people, you know, are really genuinely motivated, it's not a very difficult process. You know, the way you talk about things, the way you explain things, it's not just like, you know, listening to someone talk. It actually clicks with your brain. Your brain actually understands, oh, I see this, I understand this, I can see this happening in my life, I can see how I can change. And you know, the techniques that you use, that you tell us to use, they're very straightforward. And like I said, it's like, why didn't I think of this before? It seems so obvious. But you cut through that, you know, fog in your brain that obviously was clouding, you know, my perspective before. But yeah, I don't think it's like very difficult. Yeah, I think it's fairly straightforward.